Good evening and welcome back to Let's Play Swordbreaker. When we left off last time, we got the Coward's ending. We were cursed to spend the rest of our life with Sponge Joe. So let's get back in here and see what else we can find. We'll go through the gate. Right through the door. We've not done that in a bit. Hey there, Ghost Maid. Okay, to the library. Alright, to the librarian. Shall we attempt to be evil? Let's do it. Okay. As horrible as this is, we're gonna fight the librarian. Okay, so we need to dive? Yeah. And then... is this where I throw the sword? Yes, okay. So, we can go straight or we can turn. I think last time I went straight. Let's try turning. Oh, in the smithy. Do not bang on the pipe. Alright, we're going to kill this guy to continue being evil. So, a dodge. And then... Swordbreaker attack. The adventurer threw himself at the blacksmith and, in the air, struck him with the Swordbreaker right in his heart. Now that the smith was dead, the hero could go on his way. Okay, to the laboratory. If we poke around, then we have to... I want that thing's heart. Let's do it. Okay, so... the pipe. And then short-circuit it. Now, take the heart. Oop! The glowing heart had a mesmerizing effect on the adventurer, and he decided to take it. As soon as he put it in his palm, his body started to shake uncontrollably. Golem's heart gave him an electric shock. The hero couldn't unclench his fingers to drop the artifact, and was zapped to death. I probably should have expected that. Okay. Leave it. Go on. Fight this shark. Oh, that's... why do I always want to dodge there? Dodging does not work versus shark. Attack it. I think I'm gonna die before I can manage to get the evil ending. I'm going through my hearts. Alright, well... we haven't died this way yet, so we might as well. When the shark attacked again, the hero decided to take a running jump and strike the sea beast in the air with the Swordbreaker. But when the shark jumped out of the water aiming at the adventurer, he didn't have enough time to strike back. The monster sank its teeth into the hero's body and tore it to shreds. Dead. We were a killer, though. Okay, so we're on the right track. I've just got to not pick the wrong choices. Straight on in. And again. Number 1 is to the library, right? Yes. And to the librarian. Let's battle. So, dive. And throw. Okay, if we turn, then yeah, we definitely get evil points killing our smith, so let's do it. Or killer points, that is. To the rec room. Sorry, Hans, you're going down. We need to dodge. I forgot, did Swordbreaker get him? I know we just did this. Yes. I'm not good at keeping track of all these different choices. Okay, so let's just leave this alone. Do not water the plant. I'm a little worried that If we try to run away, we might get too many coward points. If we fight it, we might get hero points, but I think it'll be okay. Walk up there. Kill this thing. Okay, so get inside. And then sword attack it from the inside. Oh yeah. And refuse. Okay, let's battle. Okay, so duck. Can't duck. Fend it off with the sword. The adventurer managed to deflect the plasma beam with his sword. Judging by Zet's expression, he didn't expect that either. He then vigorously started to press some buttons on his sleeve. Should the hero throw his sword at him, or make a dash for the alien to attack? Rush? Nope. The hero dashed to Zet, but the alien had already pushed all the buttons and vanished. When the adventurer stopped, Zet reappeared behind him and shot him point blank, blowing his brains out. R.I.P. Dang it! I don't have many hearts left. Alright, throw the sword. Without thinking twice, the adventurer threw his sword at the alien. The sword struck him when he was just going to press the last button. Zet was knocked down on the floor, bleeding. Now the hero could get out of there. Alright. Get some sleep. We are going to have to kill... You know what? We're almost out of hearts, so let's see what happens if we come closer to us. We're going to die. The adventurer gave in to temptation and went to the girl's call. She kissed and hugged him, and only then did the hero realize he had made a huge mistake. She sucked all the vital force from him until he was completely drained of energy. Because she was a succubus. Alright, let's do better this time. So, to the library. And let's fight. And then throw the sword. Excellent. Kill all these poor people. Down you go. Alright, dodge. Swordbreaker. I don't know that will gain... I mean, if we kill it, then it seems like we'd get killer points. Let's just leave it alone. Move on. Better go ahead and kill this. So, inside. Sword it. Excellent. Now. Set. Let's do this. And refuse. So, fend it off with the sword. Wouldn't think that would work, but hey, there you go. And throw. Excellent. Succubus, I'm prepared for you. Not getting near her. Now. So, ward off the whip. And Swordbreaker her! Alright, we've killed a whole bunch of things, so... Here we go. The hero entered the glowing portal, and reality warped around him. When the adventurer opened his eyes again, he found himself in a small room with a window. This must be one of the castle towers. And who's this fella? The room had a huge cauldron in the middle and was full of alchemical equipment. What kind of trial is that? The hero wondered. Then he heard the Knight of the Temple of Fate. Your cruelty knows no bounds. Many of your opponents could have survived had you been kinder. But what is done cannot be undone. So in the trial you deserve, you will have to face Broomhilda, the old witch and the necromancer's servant. Since you're so merciless, you won't spare her life, said the knight. The next moment, an old hag in rags entered the room leaning on her stick. Should the adventurer attack her first or wait? I think if we attack her, she's going to do something horrible to us. We'll just wait a minute. Nope. The adventurer wanted to see what the witch was going to do before attacking her. The hag suddenly vanished and then reappeared near the cauldron. With the help of magic, she raised the cauldron in the air and pushed it towards the hero. As soon as the witch spilled the scalding concoction over the adventurer, he let out a blood-curdling scream. Blisters appeared on his body and his skin started to peel off. The hero died, writhing in pain. Okay, so we are going to attack this hag. Attacked! The hero rushed to the witch, trying to slash her with his sword, but she managed to vanish into thin air just before the fatal blow. A second later, the old hag reappeared behind the cauldron. Should the adventurer jump over the cauldron to stab the witch, or try to feint the attack? Don't jump over that cauldron. She's gonna, lift it up and scoop us right into it. Fake it. The adventurer jerked aside to trick the witch, but stayed where he was. When the witch teleported behind his back, he grabbed her by the throat, plunged his sword, and threw her into the cauldron. It was all over for her now. The long hallways of the castle led the adventurer to a magnificent, huge door. The hero kicked the door and entered the throne room. "Do come in, my worst friend. I've been expecting you," the Lord of Necromancers welcomed the hero. "Who the hell are you? The Lord? Of what? The Old Fart Society?" the adventurer snapped with a cheeky grin. "I see you're very bold. So you will blend in perfectly. Do you want to have all the might and power of necromancy? Would you like to be immortal? Are you keen on scourging the defiant ones? I, Belchiflatus, the Lord of Necromancers and head of the Dead Slumber Society, can give you such power," the necromancer exclaimed with a smug expression on his face. There was an awkward silence, and the hero's face broke into a smile. "Well, my mother got a bit carried away with my name, so you should just call me the Lord," the old necromancer said in a confused voice. The hero paused to think. He had come all this way, but what happens next? Should he accept the Lord's offer? Should we? I mean, it seems like a pretty killer thing to do. No, the killer thing to do is going to be to fight him. I kind of want to accept it. Fight him. Whoop. "All I need is money, and your tall tales about power are just a trap," cried the hero. "Well then, I'll have to find myself another sidekick," said the Lord, and pointed his staff at the hero. Even though the adventurer was a seasoned warrior, his weapons were nothing against the necromancer's magical power. The hero felt a wave of pain inside his body, and huge festering wounds appeared on his skin. He started to decay. Meanwhile, the Lord was gleefully watching the effect of his spell, smirking at the adventurer, who was already in the death throes. Okay, so we're gonna accept his offer? Sure, sounds great. "Deal. I want a superpower and new armor and a sword," said the hero. "For now, I'll give you just enough strength to break the treasury open and fetch me the diamond," said the Lord. The old necromancer whispered a spell and sent a wave of black energy to the adventurer. At that moment, the hero felt a surge of power penetrating his body. "Go get rid of Neo the Fourth and bring me the diamond. Then we can talk about your promotion, buddy," said the Lord. A little later, the hero approached a huge round door. There it was, the treasury of Lord Neo the Fourth. Should he try to blow up the door or rip it off the wall with his new power? Oh man, no passcode this time. I want to see us with our surge of evil power. So, rip out the door or blow it up? If I choose wrong, I'm dead. Blow it up? Whew. The adventurer focused and waved his hands towards the treasury. If we ripped it off, then it would have activated the defenses and killed us, right? He stepped back, aiming at the door with a beam of energy, and shot. The explosion was so strong that the door got smashed into smithereens, and the hero collapsed. He got up, cleaned himself up, and entered the room. It was a large chamber full of gold and jewels. In the middle, there was an enormous diamond sitting on a pedestal. The adventurer's face lit up. The quest was over. He finally made it. Then the hero noticed a lean old man holding a sword and a shield. This must be Lord Neo the Fourth himself. Who would have thought he was still alive? "I am Lord," the man started, but the adventurer cut him short. "Save your breath, old fart. I know who you are, and I've come for the diamond. And your head," he said. The Lord saw it was no use talking and went for the hero with his sword. Should the adventurer use his magical power or throw a handful of coins into Neo's face? I'm gonna throw some coins. Don't die. Ah! The hero grabbed some coins from the floor and threw them at Neo's face, but the Lord put his shield up just in time and the coins bounced. At that moment, the old man thrust at the adventurer's face with his shield and plunged his sword. The hero fell on his knees trying to pull the blade out, but was too weak to do anything, and dropped dead. Oh, that's what I get. I was such a good killer. Alright, but we're close. We're gonna make this happen. Alright, dodge is number 2. Throw. And then turn. Two, right? Yeah. Dodge. Swordbreaker. Just leave it alone. Oh, now we're in the garden. Move on. You know what? I think we can just pass this and be fine. Alright, Zet. I'm sorry, buddy. I gotta kill ya. Alright, fend it off. Throw the sword! And then we'll have to kill her. I kind of want to wait to see what happens, but let's not jeopardize things. We're going to get our evil end. Okay, so you need to attack. Fake it. Go ahead and join. Blow this thing up. And use some magic. The adventurer waved his hands and sent a ball of fire at the Lord. The magic flame engulfed Neo, making him fall on the gold-strewn floor. He screamed and tried to put out the fire, but all was useless. Oops. The adventurer stepped over the charred body and headed for the diamond. It was so beautiful. Now that he had it, it was time to go back to the necromancer. When the adventurer entered the throne room, he saw 4 more necromancers at both sides of the Lord. "Oh, you've got the gem," exclaimed the warlock. "Well, it wasn't that hard for me to get it. The old man was too weak to resist," said the hero. "Give it to me now," said the Lord. "First, I want to get promoted. I'd like more of that power you gave me," said the adventurer. "All right, there you go," said the necromancer, and cast another spell. At that moment, the hero felt a massive surge of power going through his body. The faces of the dead flashed before his eyes. The spell also changed the way he looked. He now had new armor and a sword. "You've got your promotion. From now on, you will serve the dark power and me. Now, give me the diamond," cried the Lord of Necromancers. "You know what? I've changed my mind. I don't want to be your servant after all. Besides, I'd rather keep the diamond to myself," the adventurer said in a defiant voice, and prepared for battle. Should he use his magical power, his sword, or both? Both. The hero made a dash for the necromancers, and used his sword to behead the right ones while sending lightning bolts at the ones on the left. That was a real death feast. Now there was only the Lord to deal with. Meanwhile, the warlock realized he'd made a huge mistake when he gave the adventurer magical power, and was going to get it back. Should the hero knee the Lord in the groin, or use his new power to attack him? Hit him in the nuts! The adventurer kneed the it always works, Mancer in the groin. The blow was so hard that his eyes almost popped out. The warlock collapsed on the floor, doubling over with pain. Should the adventurer finish him with his sword, or leave the castle? Well, we're a killer. The hero waved his sword, and, without thinking twice, chopped off the necromancer's head. Blood gushed out of his neck, spilling all over the place, and his head tumbled and rolled. When the adventurer picked up the diamond, he thought, "Why should I leave? I've got both the most expensive gem in the world and enormous magical power. As for the castle, it needs an owner too, because we did take out both Neo and the necromancer. And a lot of the other people who lived here." This is how the story ends for the hero. He settled down in the abandoned castle. He was lonely, for his only friends were magic and the diamond, because he killed everybody else. Look at him sitting there, basking in all his power. Over the years, the adventurer got bored with living in the castle, and thought he should get more power. He raised the castle guards from the dead, and plundered towns and villages, seizing them. He's gonna make enemies that way. Some other hero's gonna come along and destroy him. People told blood-curdling stories about him and scared their children with his name. He was ruthless beyond all bounds, and no one could warm his ice-cold heart. Well, that is an ending fit for a killer. Obviously, the hero ending is the best ending. We get the girl, we get riches, a castle, glory. You know, what more could you ask for? This ending, I mean, we are in power, but man, we were a pretty horrible person to make it happen. The coward ending is pretty delightful, but yeah, the hero ending is probably best. Still though, we've got more things to, there's more things to explore in this castle, so I think we're gonna keep going a bit. Just let the credits finish. Thanks for playing. Thank you for making the game. I'm having quite a lot of fun trying to find all the different possibilities in the castle here. 177. So there's so many scenes we still haven't seen. Let's go again. Alright, let's go down a bit. Oh, I clicked the wrong thing. Well... yeah, right out the window. That'll be fine. I want to go down the manhole, is what I meant to do. Okay. And... let's just go on. So over here, we did fight this guy once. What happens if we try to sneak? Does he wake up? No, we just sneak. Alright, we got Stinky. And yeah, I can help you, it's fine. Alright, there's your ring. Aha! Alright, so... can we just sneak past it? No. The adventurer remembered the dogs from his village and thought it would be best to sneak past the vicious hound without looking him in the eye. It didn't work. Okay. We're gonna have to attack him. So, let's dodge. And then kick him in the head. I could spare it. Oh, but I thought maybe killing it might give me an achievement because I hadn't killed it before. Alright, cut my way through or just run past the rats. Can we run past them? I haven't tried it yet. No. The adventurer took a run and plunged himself into the sea of rats, but he couldn't keep up the pace for long. As soon as he stopped, the rats bombarded the hero, eating him alive. Okay, so let's fight our way through. Gave Stinky his ring. Now then. Did I go in the middle tunnel yet? As he was walking down the tunnel, the hero noticed some rocks falling down from the ceiling. Should he run through the tunnel or wait under a wooden beam? Okay, if we run, we're gonna get crunched, so let's take cover. Hiding was a good idea. The adventurer would surely have been buried under these rocks. After the cave-in, the hero cleared the way from the debris and crawled on. Further on, there were rail tracks and mine carts. Some buckets, pickaxes, and miner bodies were scattered around. Should he ride in a cart or walk on? Oh, cart ride, for sure. The adventurer got into a cart and set off. Green crystals and uranium glowing in the walls lit his way. Apart from a small accident with 2 zombie miners he smashed on the way, the trip was rather uneventful. Finally, the cart came to a stop, and the hero could explore the heart of the mine. Oh, look at that. There was a huge hole with ladders going down, with lots of wheelbarrows, spades, and dead miners below. Should the adventurer climb down or walk through the other passage? I'm kind of worried that if we go down, we're going to get, like, radiated, but let's do it. The adventurer climbed down the ladder. Dead miners, pickaxes, and buckets were all over the place. Within the rocks, the hero noticed greenish uranium veins. Should he chop off a piece for himself or go on? I don't think it's a safe thing to just carry. The adventurer chopped a piece of uranium with his sword to take a closer look. Little did he know that uranium is extremely radioactive. A couple of minutes later, his skin started to peel off, he felt sick, fell on the ground, and died of radiation poisoning. Uh-huh. Yeah, the moral is just leave the uranium alone. I want to get back into that mine, though. Okay, so we want to just go through the gate, but then go down. Okay, let's go ahead and we'll get Stinky's ring right now. Alright, and we're gonna have to battle this fella. Dodge and kick. This time we'll spare him. We don't need to kill him. Alright. Rush through. And here's your ring. Now then, to this mine. So, take cover. And take a ride. Down we go. Do not chop off a piece of uranium. It's a horrible idea. Just move on. Rather than messing around with uranium, the hero thought he'd better get out of here. Should he go back or try to find another exit? We should find another exit. The hero went around the pit and found a passage hidden behind some boards. The passage led the hero to iron gates, which said Maze of the Minotaur, surrounded by a stone wall. Ooh, here's somewhere we've not been. There was no way back now. He'd have to enter. The adventurer went into the maze. It was made of stone walls covered with plants and moss. Bones of fallen warriors were scattered here and there. Too bad the hero didn't have a dog with him. Which way to go? To the left or to the right? Oh, we are totally going to call this Hellhound. The hero remembered sparing the Hellhound's life and whistled for him. A couple of minutes later, old toothless Hellhound found him, happily wagging his stub of a tail, even though we're the one who made it just a stub because we cut his tail off. The adventurer made the right choice. The hound led him through the maze without getting into a single trap. As soon as they escaped the dungeon, the dog ran away, leaving the hero in the servants' quarters. Well, thank you, friends. Through the winding corridors, the hero came to a servants' quarters. It was a small room with 2 doors saying M and F, which obviously stood for male and female rooms. Which one to enter? Let's check up on the ladies. The adventurer entered the maid's bedroom. The room looked like a barracks, with rows of beds along the wall and some wardrobes on the other side. It was just as messy and full of junk as the other chambers. Dead bodies were scattered on the floor. In the wall, the hero noticed a secret passage left open. The servants must have forgotten to lock it when they were running away. Should the hero enter the passage or take a look around first? I'm going to regret this. Look around. The hero thought he should take his time and noticed a tripwire right in front of the passage. Oh, good. If he hadn't been so careful, he'd have had a cauldron of acid poured on himself. Finally, he disarmed the trap and went inside. Oh, and now we're here in the portal, so what are we going to get? Oh, we were a hero. Okay, well, we're going to have to fight this thing. Don't talk to the demon, I learned that before. Okay, and then wait till he's near. Oh no, we can use the sword to open it. Let's use our sword and see what happens, because we opened it with a nail last time. Whoop! The adventurer raised his sword and thrust at the lock. That's when he realized he'd made a huge mistake. The padlock gave him an electric shock, turning his body into barbecue. That was the demon's dirty trick. Okay, so we'll use the nail. Here's our princess. Okay, so let's refuse to go along with her. Nah. I've come all the way here with no blessing whatsoever. I'll be fine, said the hero to the princess and went to the throne room. Oh, that's right. This was to get her blessing. As soon as he entered the chamber, he felt a sharp pain in his head. It was the work of the necromancer standing in the middle of the room. He was watching the hero with a smirk on his face, while the adventurer's head was splitting inside. He fell on his knees and clutched his head to try and resist the Lord's spell, but it was all useless. He had refused the protection against dark magic. Finally, the hero's head exploded to the warlock's delight. Okay, I should have paid better attention. That's right, this is refusing or agreeing to her blessing, so let's take it. Alright. So now, do we throw the sword or run up to him? Throw the sword. No. And we're dead. But we got to see stuff going on in the mine, so that was kind of cool to find new areas. Let's go down the manhole again. And I forgot, where does it take us if we eat the mushroom? I know we get to skip some things. We want to eat the cap. Okay. Yes, right here. I want to try going down the spider chamber, but instead of helping out anyone with the cocoons... Well, actually, you know what? We can still look inside, free this guy, and we just won't go back with him to the workshop. So, nah, I'm good. As he walked on, the hero heard something move under the ceiling. Out of the darkness appeared a huge spider along with two smaller ones. They went down on their cobweb and ran towards the adventurer, the big spider trailing behind the small ones with its jaws wide open. What should the hero do? Kick one of the smaller spiders, aiming at the big one, or cut both small spiders with the sword? Kick a shorty! The hero kicked one of the smaller spiders, aiming right into its leader's mouth. While the big spider was busy chewing its prey, the second bug attacked the adventurer. Should he cut it in two, or kick it to the far end of the cave? Look at that boot! I love it. Right into the big guy's face. Let's slash it. As the adventurer whooshed his sword again, the other shorty fell apart. Meanwhile, the big spider had finished with the small one and prepared to attack the hero. What should he do now? Throw his sword at the spider, or take a run and strike it with the Swordbreaker? Swordbreaker? The hero took a run and thrust at the spider with all his might, plunging the Swordbreaker into its skull. A moment later, it fell apart, revealing some nasty slime. The adventurer went on down the cave and stumbled on a human skeleton. It must have been here for ages. In his hands, the hero saw a scroll. Should he take a closer look at it or move on? Read the scroll! The adventurer unrolled the scroll. As soon as he read it, he lost his bearings and disappeared. Where's it taking us? Oh, Tizette. Well, hey, friend. Alright, I can help you this time. No reason not to. Get out of there. Okay. There's no time to call him, thought the hero, and dashed away from the debris in the spaceship. But it was too late. The ship crushed the adventurer to the ground, grinding him against the rubble. Okay, I mean, I knew that it wouldn't go well, but I wanted to see just what would happen, so gives that a heads up. Now Zach can help us kill this succubus. Get her. Bam! Oh, and we're at the end again. And we were heroic. So this is just going to be, I mean, there's not really variation here. It's going to be the same as what we got. Right? Well, I think, but... let's make sure. Okay. What was it? Throw the sword? No, it's not. It was wait. Okay, then we use the nail. Take her blessing. Alright, and then throw the sword. Nope. You know, I just did that too. I knew that's not the way to do it. Okay, anyhow. Alright, well, I'm gonna go ahead and wind the episode down here. Please like and subscribe if you've enjoyed this. Come on back. I think even though we've seen our 3 main endings, let's look at the gallery here. I'm not done with this game yet. We've got a lot more things to open up, so I still want to check out our different choices just to see what kind of crazy things happen. I'm quite enjoying this. Load this up, though. I do want to look real quick. I think we got all of our little special ending pictures at the bottom of the gallery. Still a lot of pictures missing, though, so a lot more choices that I still have to figure out how to get to. And yeah, there's all of our ending stuff. I am kind of curious, like, if I chose to kill the sponge, can I successfully kill him, or will I just get more death scenes? Maybe we'll figure that out next time.